Hey everybody, this is MG Vids back with some more PlunderNauts. Today I was going to grind through hopefully one if not two boss battles here in the Polaris System that we got to in the last episode. I've been fighting through some of the levels, but also before I did that I wanted to go ahead and answer a few questions that I had in the comments section off of, why can't I not zoom in here, off of the last episode. So one of them was, hey, how would you go around getting a lot of antimatter, i.e. the purple stuff? And that's not, that's definitely tough because they, you don't get a lot out of the battles, right? I mean, so like the easiest way is probably to pay for it, but that's the easiest way, but that gets pretty expensive. The other option, other than just grinding through all the retakes or reattacks, there's two other options you have. One would be go into the bounties and start racking up and completing all of your bounties, or go ahead with an antimatter build, right? So if we looked at like bounties here for right now, if I make a beam armor upgrade, I'd get 15 antimatter for that. 10, 5, because some of the levels will crank out 3, 4. If I think some of the Polaris System are giving 8 or more antimatter, but it's just a slow grind to get it, right? As far as the build, right, if you go to the shipyard, I mean, you can equip a lot of your weaponry, tech mods, etc., that all have antimatter boosts, and that actually might be slightly better than going through the bounties, because eventually they're going to run out. So I'm trying to see what I have here that would have boosts, but see, my legendary turret is actually just a gold drop, but I want to say I have one or two items that will have, those aren't going to have it, that will have conversion or a boost in antimatter, and I may have gotten rid of them. The other question was, so you could go with an antimatter build, but then the question was, well, how do I forge a lot of these different items if I don't want to spend the 11 or 20,000 gold that it costs? Kind of a neat little trick. So look at like torpedo armor, for instance. So this torpedo armor that I crafted here, that I forged, right? That gives me a boost on HP. See this little info button on the bottom? If I just click on it, it tells me what the formula is for torpedo armor. Right, and it does this for all of your materials and components. Basically, would show you how to make hull plating, how to make the torpedo armor, and you can do this with any of your items. You can click on any tech mod, and just go into like info, and it'll display it. If I go to materials, I can click info here, and it'll show me what I can craft with this. So I can go in and make another targeting component, or I'm sorry, not a targeting component, another weapon, right? So you might already know that if not, info is really helpful. And the same thing in the shop. I mean, even if you see an item you want, like, hey, I want a beam, but it costs 18,000, how can I just make one? There's the formula, right? So versus paying 18,000, I can buy all those components for less than 1,000 and still craft that same beam. I just need to wait a few hours. So the only other thing I wanted to show you real quick is my ship construction did complete, but it looks like it comes out, so I started at level 10, and that's kind of where it came out. It comes out as level 10, but it came out as a rare level 10, so 4% additional XP, but this could be one that if it had come out and then I get the antimatter boost, then potentially I'm getting more antimatter through these attacks. So let's hop in this Polaris. Hopefully that's helpful to answer some questions, because I like forging. I've spent a lot of the antimatter, instead of buying better ships, I spent a lot of it forging my lasers and tech mods, etc., to get better gear. But it's cheaper, right? I still haven't seen another one of those robots though in the store, so hopefully they come out in the next. Eventually I'll find one that costs 100,000. Alright, it looks like we have another ship hiding, or two of these. These guys are a little deadly here, actually. Let's go shield, take down one here first, and then turn around and Okay, close range to go ahead and use our torpedoes. And then, there we go, drop that guy as well. Kind of banging around into him. But now the only problem with leveling up the ships that I'm doing, like leapfrogging back and forth, is, you know, this ship that I bought like a level 6 or level 8, and I leveled it up to 11, its level cap is 18, whereas the one that I bought at level 10, its level cap is 20. So at some point here, you know, that level cap is going to ding me, but by then I should have enough antimatter to buy another one. So my other ship isn't in the forge now for 100,000 to take it up to level 11. Maybe we get another rare out of it, or heck, even an epic would be pretty sweet. I have not forged 3 ships together yet, but maybe eventually I will. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to do some machete. The first one of those banditos. She looks like she's got a couple of lasers. My tech mods that I'm running torpedo armor and the shield. I would really like to have a ship that's got this many cannons and multiple tech mods, and I know there's one that's basically but she might need beam armor actually. Turn into her. Yeah, I need to get beam armor because she's gonna wreck me there. Which it turns out beam armor is actually one of the upgrades. So to forge beam armor, I would go hull plating and 2 beams. But there's only 1 beam in the store right now, and only 1. Let's see if they have. Yeah. So now it's all about, like, you know, keeping all of your different armor platings for when I run into these different folks. Okay, and there's only actually 1 beam for sale. So, since we know we're going to need beam armor for that one, let's go around and make our way to the other boss here and see what we need for him or her. So we'll work a beam armor upgrade, we know that. So on the left side, when you go to the left branch, you have a lot of diamond wall, which is not bad. On the right side, you have these like boosted sentry towers, which deal a significant amount of damage. You can see they angle all over the place. I've died at this level before, but I think what I'm going to do is basically run away to the right or the left here, because I don't want to get caught in a crossfire with the forges. I also don't want to be surrounded by ships, so I'd rather run. Alright, now let's start doing a U-turn here. Again, avoiding hopefully getting surrounded and getting caught from the rear. Get some of the let's do U-turn again. One more. Alright, now we're down to 1 ship left. Do another little U-turn. See, he's flying back into the beam area. That's fine. My torpedo just finally slammed into him. So there we go. So 4 ships, just run away and hide. Because before I just sat in the center on that one, and they all basically surrounded me, and you're just taking too much damage all at the same time to really accomplish anything. You see, this one's only 10 antimatter, so even with these attacks, it's just hard to grind out antimatter unless you want to pay for it. And I haven't bought any. Oh no, I bought antimatter once. I spent $1.99 on that 250 pack. It's just not really worth it. But I had put through my ship in the forge, and I didn't have a ship. I was like, okay, well, I need to buy another ship. So that was why I bought some antimatter so I could keep playing the game. And now, you know, obviously I'm leapfrogging back and forth, just upgrading them. So maybe an antimatter build is the way to go. Oh, that's a kind of a weird looking ship. Sergio 6-shot. That's kind of cool, actually. He's got a ton of missile turrets. I don't have missile armor. Or maybe I do. So, either way, if this doesn't work out, we know we're going to need to grind out or build out. Okay, do not want to get next to these sentry turrets. Okay, he's got fighters, so let's run and kind of just destroy these fighters here. So we're not. Man, look how strong those missiles are. Because even his fighters have got some beam armor. Okay, so we're getting stuck right now on both bosses. So what I'll do is I'm going to go back and grind out and build out not only build out beam armor and missile armor, and then I'll come back and we'll crank through the next video. But hopefully some of the other stuff, like the forge recipes, hopefully that's helpful. And just antimatter is just a tough one, man. I think we're all struggling to grind out as much as we can. But MG Vids with some more PlunderNauts. Hopefully this is helpful. We'll keep fighting through the Polaris system, and really looking forward to when the multiplayer update patch comes out. So be interested to see how that works. Maybe that will provide more antimatter boosts. But until then, we'll see you guys soon in the next video. And hey, if you haven't already, I encourage you subscribe to the channel and engage with us on YouTube. Let us know how you're doing. Take a look at all of our content. See you soon. Thanks.